Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Errol Spence Jr. admits finally that he stopped Adrien Broner. It's on record. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, I gotta give props where props are due, and that's Showtime. On top of having a phenomenal Showtime calendar, fights they had like Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko, they're having Kell Brook versus Errol Spence coming up, and Broner Granados, Leo Santa Cruz versus Frampton 2 with Mikey Garcia on the undercard. Even the Broner Granados, I covered that fight live, triple header. You had Marcus Brown and Thomas Top Dog Williams in a scrappy fight that two didn't like each other. Lamont Peterson on the undercard. Just is crazy. Their affiliate had network had Garcia Thurman. I'm loving it. Like McDonald's, I'm loving it. And I got to give props to them because their original programming they've been stepping up, like the production value, the quality and stuff like that. I just watched the Errol Spence Jr. one-on-one with Mark Kriegel. The link is in the description after you watch this video. Make sure you take a listen to that. It's a 10-minute watch and it was great stuff. Like I love this type of stuff because like I've met Errol Spence and everything, but I like to see these like very quaint type of one-on-ones where if you think about it, if you watch the whole thing, in 10 minutes he encapsulated a lot of stuff. Like they went over a lot of stuff, like what drives you, and Errol Spence says, I want to be the best. Who do you want to fight if you get past Brook? He says Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is the fight I want. You want to be a top guy, you have to beat the top guys. And he says somebody's getting knocked out. He even went over Kell Brook, his weaknesses, what he believes to be Kell Brook's weaknesses. He says his defense is not all the way tight to me. He pulls back on his shots. They talked about the Kell Brook Golovkin fight. They talked about just coming and building noise, making noise for his name and his brand. I mean, this is 10 minutes and they went over a lot of things. They talked about the Floyd Mayweather sparring years ago. I forgot who Floyd was training for, maybe Maidana or something. He talked about how he got the call from one of Floyd's people, came into camp. He didn't admit the black eye, but I mean, we all seen Floyd was doing the interview and he had a shiner, he had a black eye. So legend has it that was from Errol Spence Jr. I mean, I don't know who else. I'm sure somebody else would have loved to take the credit for that. But Errol Spence, being a humble dude, he was just like, I don't know, I didn't see the black eye, but that's how the story goes. And he also talked about Broner. He said he was sparring with Broner and he hurt Broner and Broner had to be stopped. And I don't know if you guys have ever watched Broner from no matter what weight division he was fighting in. Have you ever seen him? I seen some Broner doghouse sparring. It wasn't with Errol Spence, but it was with another opponent, and they went to war. You know what I mean? Broner, he goes to war in some of his sparring, especially at the doghouses, the Mayweathers and all the bright lights, and you know what I mean, ton of people there, ton of your peers. And to hear Errol Spence finally say that's what happened, the fight got stopped, it's like, wow, this dude, he's really special. He's nasty. Like I said, Broner's a very good fighter. Chino Maidana, who can hit, didn't stop him in a pro fight, and Broner got stopped by Errol Spence in a fight with headgear, bigger gloves, etc. You know what I mean? And some sparrings are different. Some they're just working on things, and some people just all out, let it all hang out. They're going to war. So it sounds like that's what him and Broner did. So I got to give credit to Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach was one of the early people who went on record saying, no, yeah, I was there. I watched Broner. He's about billions. He got about beat up. And, you know what I mean? Freddie Roach was one of them dudes that instantly said, he said, I seen it at the Olympic Training Center, wherever they were at, the doghouse, wherever they were at. He said, I watched it. Broner got stopped. And a lot of other people, maybe because Broner at the time was maybe even undefeated at the time when that rumor was coming out, and people's recollection of what happened was suddenly cloudy. No one really remembered. Everyone's fuzzy. But Freddie Roach said from the jump, I watched Errol Spence. This dude is nice because I watched him stop Broner. So it goes to show you. And I mean, Broner, even recently, he was at the Berto Porter fight and he did an interview and he says Errol Spence is the truth. He said, that motherfucker get hit. I know. I've been punched by you. So that to me was another kind of admission where I'm like, this sounds like the story's true. But here in this reveal with Mark Kriegel, he admits it. He says it had to be stopped. You know what I mean? And there's another moment I really liked in this, because Errol Spence, he's kind of like a Gennady Golovkin in the sense of his fighting style is pretty ferocious. He does a lot of great things offensively. I think he's technically better, right? More athleticism, more speed. Golovkin's not, he's slow to me. He's a good fighter, good accuracy and good power and stuff like that. But I think there's a certain rhythmic movements that Errol Spence has more so than Golovkin. But the thing that I like about both of them is their mental temperament. They're like kind of quiet, you know what I mean? Errol Spence has this southern drawl, this Texas accent, and he's all humble. Yeah, you want to beat the best, you got to beat the best. You know what I'm saying? He's just talking normal, very like southern hospitality, but then when he gets in that ring, he's a killer. And there's this one moment I like where he's talking to Mark, and they said, when did you realize you had power? Like, how did you know you had power? And he said, is at the Silver Gloves. He said, I was at the Silver Gloves, and I hit this kid with the straight left. He went down, and then he had to get stopped. He said he had no legs. He was screaming, I had no legs. And he's like laughing as he's telling the story. And he's like, damn, you can't even stop yourself from laughing. And he said, how did you know he had no legs? He said he was yelling it to the doctors, and he was yelling it to his corner. I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. Charlie Murphy. What am I going to do about my legs, Charlie Murphy? Fuck, yo, out. That's what it reminded me of when he was telling the story is, fuck, yo, out, yo. But I guess the dude had no legs after he got caught with that straight left, which is also Pacquiao's money punch, right? Down the pipe, pow. You know what I mean? These southpaws be nasty with that. Just the trajectory, and then they throw it with velocity. And I like to see that. I like to see the different sides of Errol Spence. You know what I mean? And get that like personal one-on-one type of, he's an interesting person. You know what I mean? I like how he's humble, but you could tell he likes the competitiveness, and he's a student of the game. He's studying these other guys. He's telling you what Kell Brook's weaknesses are and his strengths. So he's obviously been surveying his competition and watching. He's like, he pulled back in the Golovkin fight. So I really like Errol Spence, man, and he's going to be a problem. And he also said something to the effect of, I'm not in it for money. He said, I don't really care about fame. The money's cool. I get paid cool. That's why I don't need a promoter, but I'm not in it for the money. I want to be the best. I want to be pound for pound the best. So as a fight fan, not just a journalist or having a website and a bunch of subscribers and stuff like that, as a fan, I respect the hell out of it. Guys like Terrence Crawford, guys like Andre Ward, guys like Errol Spence, guys like Floyd Mayweather, Rigondeaux, they're constantly showing that they're down to face whoever, and they want to be the best. And it doesn't even matter what they say, it's what they're showing, because anybody could say, I want to be the best, and then come time. And the fact that Spence is going to Kell Brook's backyard to fight him in, it's not even just like he's fighting him in London or Manchester, like a different region of England. He's going to his literal backyard, a new stadium where they have a football team, and he's fighting him in Sheffield. So I mean, he's about what he says he's about by showing that. But I really like this special, man, and Showtime, they need to keep it up, because this was very personable. It was a fun watch. I got to learn stuff about, he was talking about he sparred with Floyd. We knew that. He sparred Broner. He sparred with Lamont Peterson. I figured that because of the affiliations that he has, and you know what I mean, Mike Browns and stuff like that, that people I think he would be cool with. But it was good. And I talked to his trainer at the Berto Porter fight. He said he also sparred with Jorge Lanata. So this dude has world-class experience, man. And May 27th, it really goes down, and I'm truly looking forward to this fight. And I want to see if he can serve up some pain and deliver what he says he believes. He thinks he could stop Kell Brook. He says our styles, the way they will gel and the way they'll mesh, I see it around the 5th or 8th round. Our styles are going to collide, and he believes he has the power. He said in this, after he knocked the dudes senseless and they had no legs, he said, damn, I can crack. You know what I mean? He realized that. So this was, again, a fun watch. Drop it in the comment section. go over to the video now. The link is in the description. Shout out to Showtime for producing the content like that. This helps build up the fights, and I like to see more of it. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.